Two men. One ruled with power. The other dreamed with machines. They clashed in tweets. They battled on screens. The world watched and held its breath. But behind the noise, behind the headlines, a secret grew. A deal, a plan, a storm approaching fast. And only together could they face what's coming next. This is the story of how fire met logic, how conflict turned into alliance. This is Chapter 1, The First Collision. It started with a tweet, a short message, but full of fire. Elon Musk, the genius of space, cars, and crazy ideas, typed 10 words, words that hit hard, words that shook the White House. Trump does not understand technology. He only builds walls. That was it. Just 10 words. But for Donald Trump, it was war. Trump, the man of strong speeches and sharp comebacks, didn't wait long. The next morning, he stood on stage. Red tie, loud voice, cameras flashing. Elon Musk is a smart guy, Trump said. Too smart to see what's real. America needs borders, not rockets. The crowd cheered, but Musk didn't smile. He watched from his office. On the big screen behind him, Trump's face burned like fire. A war of words had begun. Stage versus screen. Politics versus innovation. Every week, it grew. Musk posted another tweet. Trump gave another speech. Freedom to think, Elon wrote. Security first, Trump shouted. They didn't meet. They didn't talk. But their battle was everywhere. On TV, in newspapers, across social media. People chose sides. Some said, Musk is the future. Others answered, Trump protects the nation. And deep inside both men, pride burned. Trump saw Elon as wild, uncontrolled, a man who didn't respect power. Elon saw Trump as heavy, old, a man who didn't understand the future. Then came the first real collision. It was a cold January evening. A big tech event in New York. Elon was the guest of honor. He spoke about Mars, about clean energy, about dreams. The crowd listened like children at bedtime, eyes wide, mouths open. Then, surprise. Trump walked in. Nobody expected it. Even Elon froze for a moment. Trump smiled. He took a seat in the front row. Continue, he said, loud enough for the whole room. Elon looked down. His hands shook slightly, but he spoke again. As I was saying, if we don't dream big, we fall behind. We become afraid. Trump raised his hand. Can I ask a question? Elon nodded, slowly. Do your dreams include America? Or just Mars? Silence. The room was full, but no one made a sound. Elon took a breath. Yes, he said. They start with Earth and with freedom. Trump leaned back. For once, he didn't speak. He just looked. Thoughtful, cold, curious. That moment was the start of something new. Not peace, not yet, but something different. Two giants, two minds. Finally looking at each other, not like enemies, but like puzzles. Puzzles they couldn't yet solve. Outside, the news exploded. Trump confronts Musk. Elon strikes back with words of freedom. Inside, both men were quiet. Something had changed. They didn't agree, but they had heard each other. Really heard. And sometimes that's the first step to peace. Chapter 2. Tweets and Trouble. The storm started with just one word: dangerous. Elon Musk said it in a podcast. His voice was calm, but the meaning was sharp. Trump is dangerous, Elon said. Not because he is loud, but because he doesn't listen. That clip spread like wildfire. Millions watched it. Millions shared it. And the message? Clear. Elon was not afraid. Trump, of course, didn't stay quiet. The next morning, he tweeted, "Elon Musk is a crazy CEO. I build jobs. He builds robots." Boom. The internet exploded. People laughed. People shouted. People chose sides again. One side cried, "Elon speaks truth." The other roared, "Trump leads strong." It was chaos online. Meme after meme. Post after post. TVs played it on repeat. But behind the screens, something deeper was happening. Two powerful men. Two egos. Two visions. One believed in freedom of thought, the other in control and order. That week, the air felt heavy. Every word from them made news. Every tweet became a weapon. Elon tweeted, "We need leaders who solve problems, not make them." Trump fired back, "Elon should stay on Mars. I'll fix Earth." The world watched and waited. Could this end in peace or something worse? Then came the SpaceX launch. It was a big moment for Musk. A new rocket. A new dream. The launch was a success. The rocket flew high. Clear. Clean. Proud. Elon smiled. The world clapped. Even his enemies said, "Wow." And then, Trump tweeted, something no one expected. "Congratulations to Elon Musk and SpaceX. Great achievement for America." The tweet was short, polite, even kind. People didn't believe it. Was this real? Was this peace? Elon saw the message. He read it twice, then again. He didn't smile. Not yet, but something in his eyes changed. He replied, "Thank you, Mr. President. Space belongs to no one, but progress belongs to all." Just like that, the fire cooled a little. No handshake, no meeting, but a signal. The world took a breath. Two men, still far apart, but now, not shouting. Elon turned off his phone, looked out the window of his office. Maybe, he whispered. He's not only fire. Trump sat in the White House, arms crossed, staring at the tweet reply. He didn't say a word, but he didn't delete the tweet either. Something was happening. Not friendship. Not yet. But maybe the first soft steps. The world had seen their fight. Now it wanted to see. Could two giants find a middle road? Could fire and logic walk side by side? Chapter 3. America Shakes. The sky was blue, but the air felt cold. On Wall Street, something was wrong. Stocks were falling. Fast. Traders shouted. Phones rang. Screens flashed red. Tesla down. Tech down. Confidence down. Why? Because America was divided. Because two giants were fighting. Trump and Musk. One ruled politics, the other ruled innovation, and now both were out of control. Their war wasn't just online anymore. It was hitting the world hard. Markets don't like drama, and this was drama at the highest level. Trump gave another speech, loud, angry, full of fire. Elon Musk is bad for business, he shouted. He sends jobs to space instead of helping Americans. The crowd cheered, but investors frowned. The dollar shook. Then Elon tweeted again. If leadership means fear and anger, then we need new leaders. Boom. Just one tweet. And stocks dropped again. People were scared. Small businesses lost money. Big companies waited. Families asked, "What's going on?" News anchors spoke fast. Too fast. Crisis. Conflict. Collapse. In homes across the country, people stared at their TVs, some with anger, some with worry, some with tired eyes. "How did we get here?" one woman whispered. "Can't they just talk?" a young man asked. But Trump wasn't the type to talk, and Elon wasn't the type to stay quiet. They were both fire. Different fire, but fire all the same. That week, the president held a special meeting. Advisors sat around him, faces tense, papers in hand. One man said, "Mr. President, the economy is falling." Another added, "Maybe. It's time to speak with Musk." Privately. Trump's eyes narrowed. He hated that idea. But even he felt it. The pressure, the weight. He leaned back in his chair, arms crossed, thinking. "He thinks he's smarter than me," Trump muttered. Someone replied carefully, "Maybe. But right now, America needs both of you." Trump didn't answer. Not with words, just silence. Far away, in Texas, Elon stood in a factory. Robots moved. Engines roared. But his mind was elsewhere. His assistant showed him the market reports. He sighed. People are paying the price for our pride. He looked at the camera in the corner of the room. Live news was on. Trump's face was there, still strong, still shouting. Elon walked away. That night, both men stood alone. Trump in the White House, Elon on his balcony. One looked at the flag, the other looked at the stars. They were far apart, but both felt the same thing. Something was breaking, not just the market, something bigger. Trust, hope, unity. Could they stop it? Could they fix what they broke? Neither man slept well. And the world waited. Chapter 4. The Secret Message. It didn't come through Twitter. It didn't appear on TV. There were no loud words, no reporters, no crowd, just a message, one message, sent in silence. The world didn't see it, but it changed everything. It started with a letter, a white envelope. No name on the outside, only one word inside, talk. It was short, simple, but powerful. Elon Musk read it 3 times. His eyes moved slowly across the single word. Talk? It came from someone close to Trump. A man Elon respected. Quiet, loyal. He didn't know what to say. Was this a trap? A joke? Or something real? He waited a full day. Then he sent a reply. No speech, no tweet. Only one word. When? And just like that, the wall between them began to crack. Behind closed doors, far from the cameras, plans were made. A time, a place, a rule, no press. They would meet, alone. No teams, no notes, just 2 men, and their words. Elon arrived first. It was a quiet building outside Washington. No signs, no flags. Just a single room with 2 chairs. One for a president. One for a dreamer. He waited, hands in his lap, eyes on the door. Then Trump walked in. No red tie, no cameras. Just him. They looked at each other, long and hard. Then they sat. No handshake. Not yet. For a moment, there was silence. Then Elon spoke. I don't like your style. Trump smiled. I don't like your attitude. And they both laughed. It wasn't loud, but it was real. Something small melted in that room. Trump leaned forward. You think I'm the problem. Elon nodded. Sometimes, yes, you make people afraid. Trump replied, and you think too big. You forget the people here on Earth. The room went quiet again. Then Musk said, I dream of the stars, yes. But I care about people. I care about this planet, too. Trump looked down, tapped his fingers on the table. People need jobs. They need safety. Elon answered, they also need hope. That word, hope, hung in the air. Heavy software. Then something strange happened. Trump nodded. I can work with hope, he said, if it helps my country. Elon gave a slow smile. I can work with protection if it doesn't kill progress. They both leaned back. No deal was made. No paper was signed. But something big happened that day. They listened, truly listened. Not as enemies, not as fighters, but as men. The world didn't know yet, but in that quiet room, a new path began. Not perfect, not easy, but real. The message was no longer a question. It was an answer. Chapter 5. The deal nobody expected. It began with a handshake. No cameras, no crowd. Just two men and one long moment. Trump's hand was strong. Elon's grip was firm. They looked each other in the eye. No jokes, no smiles, only focus. That morning, they met again. Same room, same chairs. But something had changed. The fire was still there, but it had turned into light. Trump sat first. He pulled out a paper, a small map. This is America, he said. Strong, rich, but broken in some ways. Elon looked at the map. He nodded. There's space for growth, he said. There's space for dreams. Trump raised his eyebrows. Dreams don't build roads. Elon smiled. Number. But they build the reason to move forward. A small silence followed. But it wasn't cold. It was full of thought. Then Trump leaned in. What do you want, Elon? Elon answered softly. Clean energy, innovation, less fear, more science in schools. Trump replied, and I want jobs, borders, stability, safety. Both paused. Different visions, but not impossible to mix. Then came the surprise. Elon pulled out his own plan, a folder full of numbers, charts, and bold ideas. Let's build factories together, he said, on American land, powered by solar, driven by AI, thousands of new jobs. Trump stared at the folder. Quiet, careful. He flipped a page, then another, and another. Finally, he looked up. This could work. Elon nodded. It won't be perfect, but it's a start. Trump tapped his fingers on the table. His mind moved fast. He could already hear the headlines. Musk and Trump unite. From enemies to partners. But he also thought of the risks. What do I get if I say yes? He asked. Elon answered, you get respect from the future. You get progress, with your name on it. Trump stood, walked to the window. The flag moved slowly in the wind. He turned back, eyes sharp. All right, he said, Let's do something different. They shook hands again, this time with purpose, with direction. The deal was not signed on paper. Not yet, but it was real. Trump would support Elon's factories in key states. Elon would promise thousands of jobs with American workers. Together, they would create something new. Not red, not blue, just American. The press knew nothing, not that day. To the world, they were still enemies, but behind closed doors, a seed had been planted, the seed of an alliance. Strange? Yes, but powerful. Later that night, Elon looked up at the stars. He whispered, "Sometimes, to go forward, you must shake hands with your past." And Trump, in his office, wrote one word on a blank page. Legacy. Chapter 6. When Business Meets Politics. Trump had a vision, a big one, as always. "Elon," he said, "we're going to make America the capital of the future." Elon raised an eyebrow. "Big words. What's the plan?" They were in the same room again, not as enemies, not as strangers, but as something new, partners. Trump stood beside a whiteboard. He picked up a red marker, drew a line. "This is now," he said. He drew another line. "And this is where we're going." Elon watched. He didn't laugh. Not this time. Instead, he said, "All right. But to move forward, we need more than lines." Trump nodded. "That's why I need you." It was a strange thing, a president asking a businessman for help. But these were strange times. Elon had the tools, technology, ideas, speed. Trump had the stage, the power, the push. Together, they could change the game or destroy it. They talked for hours. Electric roads, space industries, schools with coding, not just history. "Americans need hope," Elon said, "but they also need jobs that matter." Trump agreed. He wanted results, fast. "But we must also protect people," he added. "No wild dreams that scare them." Elon smiled. "Then let's build dreams they can walk on." Suddenly, there was something new in the air. Energy, not of conflict, but of creation. Trump opened his phone, made a call. "Get the governors on the line. We're starting something big." That same day, Elon called his engineers. "We might be working with the White House," he said. "Start drawing plans, solar cities, AI factories, fast." The team was shocked. "Trump?" one whispered. "Really?" Elon nodded. "Yes, really." Then he paused. "I don't care if you like him. I care if you can build." It was happening, bit by bit, step by step. Business met politics. At first, the people didn't believe it. Musk and Trump? Together? Some laughed, some screamed, some hoped, but the work had started. In one state, a solar factory broke ground. In another, a school opened with Tesla tech. The news spread fast. "What is this?" the media asked. "A show? A trick?" But results spoke louder. Jobs came, energy bills dropped, young people learned to code. Still, not everyone was happy. Some said Trump was using Elon. Some said Elon was giving power to politics. And maybe both were true. Because this was no perfect friendship. It was a deal between vision and control, between speed and safety, between the future and the flag. And like all big things, it could rise fast, or fall even faster. Late one night, Elon looked at a model of the new factory. He whispered, "We're building something new. Let's not break it before it begins." At the same time, Trump stood in front of the mirror. He fixed his tie, spoke to his reflection. "Make it work, Donald, or lose everything." Chapter 7. The World Reacts. The news broke in the morning. Big letters, bold voices. Trump and Musk sign deal. A new American dream? Genius and power. Together? The world watched, and the world reacted. Some people cheered, loud, excited. This is the future. This is what we need. Business and politics, finally working together. In small towns, people smiled. "More jobs are coming," they said. "My son might work for Elon. My daughter wants to study tech now." But not everyone was happy. Some were angry, very angry. On talk shows and podcasts, voices rose. Elon Musk just gave Trump power. Trump is using Elon to fix his image. This isn't peace, it's a trick. Protesters walked in front of Tesla buildings. They held signs. "Don't trust the White House. Freedom means staying away from power." Elon saw it all on his phone. The cheers, the hate. He put the phone down. He looked tired. "Did I do the right thing?" he whispered. At the same time, Trump was watching the news. He smiled at the happy voices, then frowned at the angry ones. "Ungrateful fools," he muttered. "They'll see. They'll thank me later." In other countries, leaders were confused. Europe asked, "Is this a new America?" China watched closely. If America grows stronger, it becomes harder to beat. But some world leaders saw something else, an idea. If business and politics can work together there, they asked, why not here? And so the reaction spread. In schools, teachers discussed it with students. Can people change? Can enemies become allies? In universities, debates exploded. Was it for peace or just profit? In kitchens, families argued. One said, Trump finally did something smart. Another said, no, Musk is losing himself. It wasn't black or white. It wasn't simple. It was complex, messy, real. Trump and Elon didn't speak much to the media. They stayed quiet. Let the world talk. But inside, they both felt the pressure. Elon called his assistant. Let's do a public Q&A, he said. Let's talk. Let's answer them. Trump said no. We don't explain. We win, he told his team. They'll follow when the results come. Two men. Still different. Still walking the same road, but not always at the same speed. At a cafe in Chicago, two teenagers watched a video of the deal. One said, "This could change everything." The other asked, "Or, is it all just business?" The truth? Nobody knew yet. Because peace is not just paper. And deals are not just words. They take time. They take action. They take trust. And trust is the hardest thing to build. Chapter 7. The world reacts. The news went everywhere. All at once. TV, Twitter, radio, newspapers. Trump and Musk make peace. From enemies to partners. A new American power. People stopped what they were doing. They listened. They read. They reacted. Some cheered. Loud. Proud. This is history. It's finally happening. We're moving forward. In factories, workers smiled. More jobs. New tech. In schools, teachers nodded. This will inspire the next generation. In small towns, parents talked over coffee. Trump made a smart move. Elon is using his brain for good. But not everyone felt happy. In big cities, some were angry. Very angry. "This is fake peace," one man said. "Elon just gave Trump more power." A young woman tweeted, "Musk is no longer a rebel. He sold out." Protesters filled the streets. They carried signs. "Don't trust the deal. Tech must stay free. Peace without truth is a lie." At night, fires burned on social media. Hot words, sharp opinions, endless debate. Even world leaders reacted. In Europe, one president said, "We must watch this carefully." In China, silence. But behind closed doors, whispers. What are they planning? Is this the beginning of something bigger? Inside the White House, Trump sat with his advisors. He watched the news, the noise, the chaos. He didn't speak. Not for a while. Then he said, "They'll understand later." In Texas, Elon stood alone, looking at a screen, reading every headline. He felt tired and unsure. Did I lose something? He asked himself. Or did I finally win? Their partnership was real, but trust? Not yet. Not with each other, and not with the world. Reporters called, cameras waited, questions flew like arrows. Is this a political game? Will Musk run for office? Is Trump using him for votes? Is Elon building his empire on power? They didn't answer. Not yet. Because the truth was still forming, still fragile. A single mistake could break it. In coffee shops, friends argued, "He's helping the country." No, he's helping himself. In classrooms, students wrote essays. 2 men, 2 goals, 1 moment in history. Some were hopeful. Others suspicious. Peace is never easy. And this peace was strange, unexpected. One old man in Florida said, "I've lived through many deals, but this one feels like fire and ice shaking hands." In the middle of all this noise, one question stayed in the air. Was this true peace or just a smart move? Time would tell. But for now, the world could only watch and wait. Can peace born in silence survive in a world that never stops shouting? Chapter 8. The Bigger Plan. Why now? Why together? The world kept asking, again and again. 2 men, so different. A politician, a tech genius. Enemies for years. Now, shaking hands. It didn't make sense, at least not on the surface. But deep inside, they both saw something. A storm. An opportunity. Or maybe both. It started with numbers. Hidden numbers. Dangerous numbers. The economy was slowing down. Fast. Factories were closing. Families were struggling. Debt was rising. And something else. A new world was coming. Artificial intelligence, robots, digital currency, new tech, new fears. Millions of jobs could disappear. And no one was ready. Not the government, not the people, not even the machines. Elon saw it first. He called it the quiet wave. It was fast, quiet, and powerful. It's not science fiction anymore, he told his team. It's already here. Trump heard it from his advisors, but he didn't trust them. Until he saw the numbers himself. Graphs, charts, red arrows going down. We need something big, he said. Something bold. That's when the idea returned. The Musk deal. Not just for factories, not just for headlines, but for something bigger. What if, Elon said one night, we build a new system? Trump raised an eyebrow. A system? Not just tech, Elon explained, but education, energy, food, cities, all connected, all clean. Trump leaned back. He didn't blink. He was listening. Elon continued, "We prepare for the future now, or we fall behind forever." Trump nodded slowly. "What do you need from me?" Elon answered, "Time, land, laws that help, not block, and your voice." Trump looked at the flag on his desk. Then he said, "You'll have it. But I want results. Fast." And so, the bigger plan was born. Not just solar panels and robot arms, but schools with AI labs, farms using clean tech, hospitals with smart systems, a new America built together by 2 men who once hated each other. It was risky. It was wild. It was needed. Behind closed doors, teams worked day and night. They called it Project Fusion, a name no one knew, yet. It wasn't public, not yet, but it was real. Trump traveled to cities, promised new jobs, new hope. Elon visited factories, tested new systems, trained new workers. They didn't always agree. They still argued. A lot. But they moved forward. Because they knew. The storm was coming. And if they didn't act now, it would crush everything. Not just America, but the future.